Hello, hello, everyone. How are you? Your girl Amore with the Monique Woolley Foundation. Hashtag when feeling blue, think yellow. We did promise you a part 2, and here we are with Jennifer
Messina. No, Messina.
Messina. I apologize.
You understand?
I know. Beat me, will ya? Oh my God.
No. Okay, put the weapon
Okay,
down.
let's put it down. Okay, Messina, Jennifer Messina. I told you, listen, no one's perfect, all right? Hey, I'll own it. I'm a woman, okay? Let's get real. I made a mistake. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Jennifer Messina.
You know what is a good cure to a bad day?
Yeah.
Laughter.
Laughter.
Laughing at yourself.
Yes.
I don't know about half of the people that are going to be watching this.
Yes.
I am very cynical.
Yes.
I'm like, I trip, I'm dying laughing for the next 3 days. Why? I mean, because why? Why put so much pressure? And
I truly believe that laughter is the best medicine.
Yeah.
And if you can laugh at yourself, then the world can just later for them. You know what I mean? It's when you can't do it for yourself that it bothers you, and then it becomes like a pug.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm so excited about listening to your story, the rest of your story. I'm sure our audiences are waiting to hear that too. So please have the honor to have the floor and share with us about Jennifer.
Thank you. I think the most important lesson I've learned in my careers and my personal life would be accepting the 7 stages of grief. And the most important one to accept is acceptance, the final one. But you can't get there without being angry, being happy, being absolutely depressed. You have to allow yourself to feel through everything. And I feel that people who don't allow themselves to feel, get stuck. And I think that was a big problem with me, is I lived so much in my depression and what was wrong with me and how the outside world saw me that I forgot to only accept and feel what I'm feeling inside. So for me, like I said before, like it was going to rehab and sitting in that group, and you're like, hi, I'm Jennifer, and I don't know any of you, but I'm about to tell you all my deepest, darkest secrets. And this therapist is just gonna keep like almost poking at you to get you to bring those feelings out and question you and make you really dig deep within. And a lot of people don't like that.
No.
They don't want to open up to people, even if it's complete strangers. But I think there's a lot to be learned by speaking to people who've also went through similar situations. And being called out on your stuff too. That's part of my growth, but it could be my military background. I'm telling you that.
Well, you can't give what you don't have.
Right.
You know.
Absolutely. I understand that. I know for me, coming out at about 13, 14 years old in a small town, and this was before gay marriage was legalized or anything like that, it was very difficult because as far as I knew at the time, I was the only lesbian. I was the only one who liked girls. There was a lot of parents who said, oh, you can't be friends with her anymore. And then they were friends were like, I like you as long as you don't like me, or I like you because you're a girl that likes girls, but if you were a guy, I wouldn't like you, or you're not trans, so it's, you know. I'm like, it still hurts because the LGBTQ plus community, I'm a part of that community. Every single facet of it, every single person in it. And to feel so different, like all my friends had boyfriends. I could barely have a boyfriend. I hated the thought of it. You know, I forced myself a couple of times. But I felt empty, alone, and I couldn't relate to anybody. I felt like I was not gonna grow up and have a traditional marriage that, you know, small town raises you to be like, I was always gonna be different. My friends were always gonna have to be pity, like she's the gay friend, or things like that. And also, like, it made a very negative impact on my feelings about religion too. I was raised Roman Catholic. I'm Sicilian, so it makes sense. I'm actually wearing Mother Mary right now.
Yes, I saw that. Beautiful, beautiful.
It's part of my Sicilian heritage, and I felt like that part of me turned its back on me for a long time because I would go to church and people would preach that gays are bad and I'm sinful and all that stuff. So it took a long time for me to stop. I wait for the siren.
Yeah.
It took a long time for me to accept that I had to love myself. What I think of myself matters. There's always going to be someone who sees you as a villain in someone else's story. You're not going to be everyone's friend. People are going to wake up one morning and say, I don't want anything to do with you anymore. And their decisions and their opinions on you should not impact you and your journey and where you're headed. I think a lot of people that are in the realm and deep, great depression and thinking about suicide kind of forget that they have to love themselves and not worry about the rest of the world. I've been in so many situations in my career. I've been in investigations in my military career. I've been around people who had legal issues that were impacting me, failed school, things like that. And there's so many times where I was like, there is not going to be a way to get up from this. There's no positive. My parents are going to be disappointed. My parents did everything to make sure I was here. My friends are going to hate me. The public eye is going to judge me. That's a really big thing. Like when you have a following, is people can be really nasty and say some things.
Oh yeah.
So, but who cares?
Right.
I get to lead my own life and I get to continue. And one of the big things that coming out of rehab and all those programs I was able to do in my military career as an Army reservist is I actually became a suicide intervention specialist. Ooh. And not just a specialist, I was a trainer. So I could teach units how to do prevention, intervention, and sadly postvention. Which, to any of the viewers that don't know what postvention is, it's the aftermath.
Yes,
how do you pick up the family? How do you move on? The bills, the media, all of that. So being able to do that, I was able to start my own program called LGBT Veteran Suicide Awareness Program. And we focus a lot on bringing awareness to veterans that are part of my community. So it's been a journey to be on the other side of the coin, trying to help people, and at the same time trying not to trigger myself, because I still have my bad days.
Yes.
I still have my days where I don't get out of bed, and I accept that all of that's part of my healing. It's just not every day is going to be great, but if you don't have bad days, there will never be a great day.
Exactly. It's one day at a time. Sometimes it's 1 second at a time.
Yes.
You know, and
one breath at a time.
Yes, and that's why I say it's okay not to be okay.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And every day is a new day, and every day comes with its own problems, with its own mercy, with its own glory, with its own mischief. Okay, with its own joy.
Yes.
Okay, and that's of importance, and people need to recognize that having your joy and keeping your joy is so empowering. You know, it's so powerful. So
I know for me, my safe space has always been music, and for a long time it was, but it wasn't, because going to a music college, that was my whole degree was music, singing, performing, and competitions. My whole life, my whole career was music. When I first joined the military, I was in the Army band. It was music. So it became more of a chore and more of a work at some point. But once I was able to really let go, sit at a piano, and just belt my heart out, there's nothing I can't do.
Amen.
And I know it's hard for a lot of people to find what's their outlet, what their safe space is, but you're never going to know unless you take a chance and try. And you go ahead and you keep going in that safe space. As long as it's healthy for you, you keep going. You sing for hours. You learn new songs. You write songs. I got to the point where I started writing and publishing and producing my music so that other people could take my story and journey and heal themselves. And that's why I still write and perform today.
That's awesome.
I don't want anyone to feel like they were as alone as I was. Music doesn't make you feel alone. It shouldn't.
It's a universal language. It brings joy. It does something to the heart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It brings love. It brings understanding. It brings.
Sometimes it makes you cry, and that's what you need. You need to
a
release.
good cry.
You need to go in a corner, or find your friend, or even go out in public in front of everybody and just let it out. You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Someone will come up to you and make you feel better and talk to you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Wow. What an amazing person you are. And your story is going to touch so many lives. And we are so grateful to you, you know, for you being here and being part of the Monique Woolley Foundation. And we love it if you would be one of our ambassadors. And all that means is that you go everywhere we go and just speak to the people and just what you say, girl, keep this life going.
Yes.
Keep this energy going and keep the love going, keep the joy going, you know, and giving people hope. Keep this hope coming because people have lost hope.
Yes.
They have lost hope. And guess what? It is here. It exists. You know what I'm saying? And there's help out there. We need to stop the stigma. Okay? I loved it how when you held up the sign, you know, mental health must be a priority.
It has to be.
It has to be.
If you don't have yourself, how can you give?
Okay, hello.
How can you help others?
You can't give what you
work? How can you produce creativity?
Exactly. So we are so honored and we cannot wait for the gala, you know, to honor you for, you know, for your strength and for all. And I have to say thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. Yes, my brothers are all Marines and things like that. So we understand that has happened. And so, yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you for that. And we welcome you back for the Q&A part of it. Okay?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I think a big thing for me, I'll leave you with this, is people look at Jennifer Messina, or as the artist Messina, as this perfect picture. She's blunt, she's confident, she looks fabulous in everything she wears. She looks like she doesn't have a care in the world. But the end of the day is, you know, even as a younger kid, I showed a lot of that on stage, but I know what it's like to feel like you have to wear long sleeves every day because you have scars all over your wrists, or you had a relapse, or you have a horrible headache because you got so upset you decided to hit your head until you passed out. I know what all of that is like. Wow. I know what it's like to hide. And you know what? I'm tired of hiding.
Yeah.
And when I got tired of hiding, it's when people actually saw the best parts of me. So for all of you watching out there, you're looking at me and say, who is this girl with this big Gucci belt and looks very put together and well-spoken or whatever? No, I just stopped hiding. I just stopped hiding and I started talking. And when you start talking, you start healing.
Amen. Amen. And I'm so thrilled that you have shared your stories. Okay. And we welcome everyone, for those who are needing to be the voice of the voiceless. We want them to come and to join us, to join the impact, so that we can make changes in this community, you know, and other communities that feels that they are alone, because they're not alone. We are here for them. Okay. And thank you for being here. We appreciate it. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard the story from Jennifer, and we just want to welcome you to come back and to see the rest of part 3. Okay. But until then, when feeling blue, think yellow.